Get your sock, man. Charging. Oh, it's not charging. No. Oh yeah, we'll start that later. We'll start some reading. Hey, all the brothers that I shoot with, they know it. Westside got him one. Trauma and Wando, they got theirs. I'm gonna advise you to go ahead and get you a plate carrier. All right, I'm gonna advise you to get one. All right. I don't show everything because I don't believe they need to see everything, regardless of what they may know or may not know. This one right here, I got the side plates that go in here. So I got plates that go in here too, they're level 4. And it's all pretty simple to put on. First you want to hook this up, okay? Just make sure that you got, this one's a little slower. It takes a little longer, but this one's more, you know, how do you say, better? I don't like saying better than anything. Anything that's going to protect you is good. You know what I mean? Okay. And it's good to practice sitting down with these on and utilizing them. I'm not going to put it on all the way tight, so I'm going to take it off. All right. This right here. The handling upstairs is much durable than this crap. It cost me like, the one upstairs costs like $480, $495. Usually it comes about $1,200, $500, $600. But the one I got from Omnipoint was on sale for like 50% off during the pandemic. So I jumped right on it. So carry up. I carry double or I carry single 40s. I'll show you the green tip, but I'm going to show you the other ones. But I have specialty ones made as well. This one has specialty round that was made by somebody close by. That I used to carry, so you can carry 6 of these, then you can carry extra ones on your back and all that kind of crap. So, it's good stuff. Good stuff, all right? My drawers, pants are sliding off my ass. Anyway, it's good stuff to carry, good stuff to have. Level 4 that goes on the side as well. So you think about getting you one. All right. got backpacks. They even got jackets and shirts and stuff. Like level 3 and stuff like that. So the best. Charcoal, I'm sorry. I gotta get the balance right. It's got a lot of charcoal in it. Oh, wow. Well, it's not bad for you. It's good for you, especially if you leave it alone. Exactly. That's all I wanted to see. Let's see how knowledgeable I want to read more about this. And this will point to allude to another fact that we're always talking about, right? Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Yes. You like the way it tastes? Yes, Papa. I know. You're my bestest buddy, man. Isn't that right? Yes, Papa. Give me that belly. 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 Go on, young man. Get your butt up, stick your booty hole to the camera. Get out of the way. Let me grab my leg, right? We're gonna be scrapping, man. You hear me? You hear me? We're gonna scrap. You want something? Yeah, I'll put it over here on there. A little mat. Here. Gotta clean some mat over here. Come on. Come on. Here. Oh, you like the thunder? Thunder! All right, let's go ahead and get this good read on. All right. Yeah, I decided to stop. I haven't really been trying to lose no weight. I just been trying to firm up and take better care of the injuries and stuff I had. And so I weighed myself today. And I weighed right at surprisingly 235. I was down to what? I got 198, 208. Then I didn't hardly eat at all. Hardly nothing. Then I started, the exercising and the grounding, and I've been eating a lot of fruit. I like my pasta, so just the little things. And with the working out, it seems like some sumo shit. Excuse my French, but yeah. So 235 I weighed that today. It's crazy. No stressing on anything. Not one bit. I ate a little piece of that cookie the other day, and the three I'm sitting there. When the kids come in, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna give it to the parents. I can't, cause that is a drug. That is too good. Having that there, I'll be ordering them, and I'll be like around 275, like it ain't nothing. But I'm not lifting weights all heavy and stuff, so you know how it goes. So I wanted to broach upon this. All right. So how's everybody? Who's all in here? Hey Lloyd, what's going on, beloved? Vicar Emerson World. Yeah. Yeah, my cat, man. Yeah. Rondo, what's up, beloved? Oh, what's happening? Tribe up. Mikey Hill, what's going on, beloved? Snoop, what's going on, beloved? For sure. Lloyd, what's going on, beloved? Got one, but no plays. Okay. Breaking in my new murals. Okay, that's what's up. Hey, what's going on, Vic Emerson? What's going on, beloved? Yeah, I was down to like, I think when I weighed myself last month, right? Because I said I was gonna weigh myself, so I weighed myself. I was right at 208. From 208 to 235 in a month's period of time. And y'all know I don't go live every time I'm walking, my 2 hours of little jogs, and I don't eat a lot of meat. I'm like, what is this? What's going on here? What is my body preparing me for? You know what I mean? But I'm still wearing size 34 and 36 waist pants. My legs are they're not small, you know what I'm saying? And now, fried bread's hard to get rid of, people. So don't ever eat no fried bread. I'm telling you, man, they put them handles on you, they're gonna be there. You know, unless you go and get all this with these little sisters and stuff with these liposuctions and black marks all over their body. I'm not getting that. I'm happy. I'm a grandpa. Look, I like what I got, but I'm just getting big. Like, what the hell? At 5'10", I'm like, where's this coming from? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm 5'10" when I actually posture up. 5'10" and a half when I got scoliosis. It goes to my left and down to it goes like this way and then down. So if it was straight, I'd be about damn near 6 foot from what the doctors say. So the curvature is about right here. So I always thought it was, but that doesn't mean nothing. So I'm not gonna be one of the people with the turtleback. It's not in my genes, our family. So just like that. So it can be stretched. It can't be straightened out because it was straightened out in the military. I used to wear this thing when they realized that I already been there for 6 years. So I wore this thing, and you know, I went from 5'9.5" to 5'10", 5'10.5", and I was like, and then I took it off. I got lazy drinking, always sitting in the chair gaming, you know, and always sit this way. And just like when my mom used to sit on my back and whoop me, I used to always curve to the right because of the pain. I would never curve to the light. Oh, it happened a lot, y'all. We're not gonna get in the counting. Like, she would sit on me so I couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch my breath so I couldn't cry. And I'd be like that, you know, at like 3-4 years old, and her with her big weight sitting on this little, you know, 45-pound kid. Anyway, you know, so it messed my back up. So anyway, check this out, right? Lynching in America. This is not funny. But it's looking at something and then going through the research. Everybody wants to believe that their family's been here for generations. Most people I talk to in the military and stuff like that, the people who I respect in the military, a couple of special force guys, this, that, and other, most of them trace their real family back, depending on the age, to great-great-grandparents and no more. Now they have a buyout, but the majority of them are aware that most of their family came in the 1920s, 1890s. Time when my great-grandma was born and my great-great-uncles were fighting the idiots. You know what I'm saying? My great-great-greats were still fighting too. And that's why I say the Civil War is a farce. And that's why, you know, I'm a son of the, you know, the Confederacy. I'm in attacking a lot of people in there because I know they haven't been here that long. I know they're full of lies. Just like all them Pelskins running around talking about, hey, I'm Native American, because they lived around on encampments when the war was done. This happened during the Reconstruction period. Pay attention. Because a lot of y'all seen the pictures, and now you can actually pull up the manifests of how many ships from so-called Italy, Germany, all these places were coming here. But who are they? Because a lot of those people didn't want to come here. They didn't want no parts of it. So who was coming? We always talk about the Beguiled and the Grudge, which is correct, but they were fighters. So you're given a lie of history, and what you're not aware of is these people were killing the people over in Europe, our ancestors. We founded Europe, no matter what people want to believe or think, old kiss butt, all right? And it was to kill the men off, take the women, rape the women, and make this new breed of individuals. Same thing with India, Hindustan, which India, it became India. It was never called that until 1947, 57, something like that. So, can we make this up? Is a pale skin's gonna lie about the stuff they're telling when they hide with so many lies they teach in school? I always say like this. I saw a video, right? And I used to say this, right? About my kids, because I wish I was in their lives, but their mama kept them hidden, and every time I tried to find out where they at so I could be part of their life, you know, I had certain people in the family who were just pieces of shit, and then she was just nasty. You know, how can you atone for cheating with a husband who was right to you? You know, the guy who was staying back when other ships went to sea was telling their wives, you better stop cheating on your husband. I know him, he's a good friend of mine, a whole bunch of them. A lot of us, it was like 40 of us who would report to the guys on the ship, yo, she over here with so and so and so. Yeah, we tell, because we didn't want to go over and have to come back to the same thing. That's pain, bro. You out there for 6 to 9 months, sometimes working at sea for 2 months, depending on what's going on in the world. And I'm talking about heavy, hard conditions. People falling off the boat, a whole lot of stuff. Suicides. It's a city, a small city. So this right here being that dynamic. And now sisters really give it up to everybody like they're retarded, you know, booty hole brown and all that other stuff. When do y'all think that lynching started? Now, we have read some things where it talks about 1700s. Lies. Complete lies. What's surprising is that they don't include all the pale skins who are our relatives, who are here. Remember I broached upon you about there are pale skins who have... Turn this down some more. I'm battling with the damn bad frequency. Who have birth certificates that have Negro and black on it. And it's not one drop rule, people. Remember I said I was studying medicine. It was college, right? Come to find out, 200 melanated women and men were having pale skin babies. No cheating. This is up and down fluctuation numbers every year. How long has that been going on? This is what people don't want to address because we've accepted the lie from the Ashkenazis. I don't bite my tongue when I say these people, man. Because they made a lot of you who you are. Yeah, they married in my family. I ain't got the bloodline. Don't get it twisted. But I respect, because I know plenty of them that are really about the good. They're not with the craps, all right? So anyway, lynching in America. Black men being sexual predators, out the hoo-ha. But you pale skins, y'all are... If you go and look at the records, you matches were pedophiles, rapists, homosexuals, the whole gambit, to which you can't find in our dictatorial and ethics or anything, nowhere prior, nowhere. Lynchings followed the American Negro with Great Migration. With Great Migration is when lynching started. Was I lying? 1916 to 1970, when they got to see the new world that they will be occupying, because the Civil War was fought between niggas from overseas and half-breeds from overseas, Melundrons. Melundrons weren't created here. They ain't got no indigenous. They have our blood from over there because of what happened and the sculpting that took place, that they came over here after the little shock troops of their actual people were defeated. People had a hard time when I was telling them Vikings were Negroes. Even the books that I have on the Inuit, they were dark as mid. They were black, looking like a different form of Australoid. And people are getting upset now. All them people in Canada, like, I give a damn. I'm not running with the New World History. If you want the New World History, you want the New World Order, just go ahead, go get chipped, skip up, go join them, worship their fake godness. All right, that's it. Because you accept everything they give while you want to fight against the system. Why would you want to fight against the system that created and made you? My pale skin brothers and sisters and some of you Negroes. So anyway, out of the American South, where it was happening, okay, once the so-called Civil War, we're tired. Most of the elders were killed, a bunch of them, okay, and were often perpetrated to enforce a new ideology, white supremacy. Why would they have to do that if they could have just sent everybody back to Africa? Well, you know what Benjamin Franklin said about us here, about the actual original people in Italy, Germany. Yes, they were swarthy. You want me to look up what swarthy means? Because some of you think it means something else because, you know, the Ashkenazis have to keep the lies going because that's what they do even when they're talking to you, whether they be a lawyer or not. The bad ones, okay? Swarthy damn sure don't mean light, bright, opaque, and damn near white. Doesn't mean that. Swarthy is very dark people. Benjamin Franklin himself was swarthy. George Washington, swarthy. Abe Lincoln, go and look up what his father described, how his father described him. His best friend from childhood when he rode up beside him. Once he became president, he became the king of this continent with the countries in it. 13 colonies in my foot. That made up crap. But anyway, 13 colonies. That is just a bunch of. That is completely fictional and made up. The whole entire story is made up. But anywho, just check it out. I'm just giving a little bit of tea. I'm going to give some more while I'm reading. But I just want you to look those things up. Look up the true history. Because some people think lynching, 400 years of lynching. From 1916 to what 400 years? What are you talking about? No. 100 years of lynching. But I've heard people talk in the Pan-African movement, 400 years of lynching and slavery and 400 and raping and who? The whole migratorial transit enslavement encampment, which what didn't start as slave, it was tricks. Could you help us take this tobacco and cotton down to the Caribs? Get down there, you got cats on the front lines. That's why Haiti went against the French. We're not bringing no more people here, and they knew what was going on, and they fought against them and whooped their ass because there were still weapons, just like we had here. All right, original jungle warfare, North Carolina and Virginia. Tell me I'm lying. I used to go on those trails and find arrowheads and muskets and all kinds, and some weird stuff. So prove to me wrong. This is what I do. I put things together. Besides listening to my great-great-uncles who used to tell us all these stories all day long. We didn't even get to ride the go-karts, you know, at the family. At our family unions was a bomb, y'all. All right? Because we had to sit in front of these two big giants, these ogres of men, and listen to them all damn day. The oldest, and it was a whole hundreds of us, goddamn probably thousands of the family in the family union. But the oldest, everybody should have been made to sit there and listen to that shit. But it was interesting. And at that time, the storytellers was usually something kind of weird, you know, the tooth fairy shit up under your pillow and all that nonsense. So I was afforded. I was luck. I was all pure luck. And there's more consensuses here about things as far as the numbers. But what they don't do, you have to look it up. All the pale skins, whether it be the Spanish who were with us because of the family bloodline, the pale skins because of the bloodline, they weren't Ashkenaz, and the fact that they were being lynched, burnt, decapitated, shot up, drowned as much as we were. I'm not equating and balancing nothing. I am saying in order to make people have a slave mentality, to feel downtrodden by themselves, to lash out with no control, to divide them, to separate them, to break them up when they congregate on your own soil by foreign ignorant bastards born here, what do? You make sure all the ancestors that could tell the truth are gone. Then when you feel like it's more than enough, you find it in the right 1970, you find it in the heart of you to create an education system using the government that you've hijacked with certain particulars in there and the monies, the fiat based upon gold and silver, right before Nixon removed it to fund the education system. Because how many of you went to school and then you went home with homework? Like, what the fuck am I taking homework for when my parents weren't getting paid for it? What was it, extra curriculum? The work was supposed to be done in school. That means the teachers are fucking lazy, teaching the lies. Go do homework of shit that you're never going to use when you get into work. Not one thing I learned in school means anything today. Nothing except for the things of art, reading, and writing. And that's about the sum of it. All the other stuff was bullshit. When y'all were coming over here, my pale skin brothers, to our land, we were teaching you how to farm, how to cultivate the soil, how to lay pavement and concrete, how to redo things, because y'all didn't even know how to work the damn toilets overseas. Y'all forgot how the systems work. Digging wells. You didn't know that. There's books on it. But y'all want to sit up here and try to tell us who rebuilt the Reconstruction era, lynching going on. We rebuilt this motherfucker. Who else is going to rebuild it? Oh, because they got cameos of little pale skins restuccoing and painting stuff? How come when I was looking at the Brooklyn Bridge being built, I'm looking at all these Italians, swabbles up there, right? A lot of them fell to their death, an Irishman, and one fake-ass native. It was the Mongol, the same as the Ashkenaz. Anyway, in Rome, right? And I said, wait, I want to see the whole picture, because I know how these pictures were taken, and they, and come to find out, there's a whole bunch of niggas down there getting the steam going, getting the rivets hot as coal, tossing them bitches up. I'm sitting there going, well, where are these pictures at, man? I used to go to the museum in New York, look at the Brooklyn Bridge Museum. I'm like, whoa, and I'm like saying to the curator, where the pictures of the brothers at? Boy, that little old lady with that little spectacles, oh, excuse me, I'll be right back. Bitch never came back. And then my boy's going, yeah, my uncle worked on the Brooklyn Bridge. My great uncle worked on the Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, for real? Yeah, we got the pictures at home. Oh, I got to see them. The pictures are out there. What is wrong with these people? For real. They want you to be African. Nigga, you more than that. Orthodox. That you are. But you're more than that. These bastards, whether unwillingly or willingly, sitting here holding, these are the key holders to your truth. As far as they're concerned, it's not a problem of theirs no more. Everybody's got to die. So that's how they remedy things. So again, probably not the last time. What you gonna do about it? Let's go ahead and read 100 Years Lynching. I hope that was a decent way to start this and kick it off. No hate, no peed off or nothing like that. Sometimes the truth will set a motherfucker free. The problem is you have individuals out here like ourselves, but who are on the opposite tier, who don't know how to handle that. If you go out there fighting and starting problems and wanting to shoot and kill pale skins and nigga, man, it's the worst thing you can do. That's the dumbest thing. There's no ascension there. Does it mean that there's no fight? Of course, man, you crazy. Ready to fight like rock and roll, baby. Let's get it in. Ready. I'm not advocating violence. Remember that now. What I'm saying is precipitous to what's going to happen. That's why I'm saying you need to be prepared. And stop worrying about how you look. You're all magnificent. You hear me? So, Chicago, Record Herald, July 2nd, 1903. This 1900 shit. This is 903 is what it is, actually, people. I'm going to start addressing these dates, and I'm going to start removing that one with a little white out and calling it for the year it actually is. I'm tired of playing this game and holding on to this little fictional world that they believe so much in. Damn, I kind of sound like Nixon for a minute there. Oh, snap into a snip. No, okay, no Randy Macho Man. Anyway, Randy Savage. So listen to this. Now, excuse me. So here I expressed where they had it in 1916. That's when they started counting. Okay? I am more aware that in 1897, there were cities where dams were being built that were flooded. The first two or three. By 1896 and 1897? Or was it, what, 18? Matter of fact, was it 1876 or something like that? Right when the hand changed as far as the government, when our leaders gave it over to the newly founded bastards, the parasites, right? 1875. I'm going to ask Ramil to see if he has read anything. I've read many things on it, and I don't have all that information anymore. It's by memory. 1875 is when the original head of staff handed over the keys and was able to hold on to his white status. And there he went, him and his family, as royalty of this great land, which he wasn't. He was a bastard. Before every welfare opening, they had to be the first to step on it and walk around and see what was done. And the wife and daughter would make notes of this. Look into it. When you want to talk about somebody that knows about Tartary, you can watch all them people on YouTube. They're going to put a spin on it, some fake status of white bullshit. We had our pale skins, but a lot of them ain't here no more. And the ones that are, you wouldn't know it. They changed over, or they somewhere in some trailer park in some hood somewhere, and you're unaware of it. Well, we're making awareness, making it be known. So we're giving up some awareness here. So anyway, Columbia, South Carolina, July 1st. A dispatch just received here from Piedmont, Anderson County, says that Reuben Elrod, a respectable old Negro, Reuben, remember the true name and where it belongs. We'll get into that in a book. Another book I have, somewhere down the road, when we get into the ethics of religion and surnames. And the funny thing about a lot of our last names were our only names or our first names. Are y'all aware of that too? Some of us had double last names. Are you aware of that too? No, I'm being dead serious. Now I know some people are gonna do some, and I can't wait till I can see some of the brothers and sisters who I love do some videos on this. Seriously, I am serious. And a majority, when you're young, you usually only had one name, and it was the women who endowed you with nicknames, and usually we took on some of those as last names and middle names. Okay, so let's get back to this. Yes, Reuben Elrod. Not Bay, no, Elrod, one name, one word, a respectable old Negro, was shot and killed at his house last night by a mob of 15 men, punks. 3 women who lived in the house were taken out, stripped, and flogged severely, and then warned to leave the county. No reason for the attack was given. And you Pelskin said you did what? You built what? You what? Oh, the fact that all the banks were built up on our wealth. Or y'all think y'all was out there gold rushing it when they were just robbing y'all, when y'all murdered us and took our gold and homes and everything else, who were tired of fighting? And then the families did get some. You better believe our families killed a whole lot of you. So don't get it twisted. Don't run around your fake little real powerful. Like I said, you were never the majority here. You have always been the minority here. Y'all don't even know how to look. The fact that the majority of us don't do census, regardless of Social Securities, and some of our people still don't have Social Security cards and birth certificates and all that crap. Oh, y'all forgot? They didn't know that millions of our people never birthed no children in the hospital. I can say that today because of what's going on. Well, you'll see them in action. Keep at what you're doing. They're not running around getting stopped by goofy ass motherfucking uneducated pale skin cops and dumb nigger cops. I have more hate for the black cops than I do for the pale ones. I just do. Especially when I saw that old nigger sheriff in Texas and how he was talking about lock the niggas ass up. They're all no good. Yeah, I can't stand them. Not one bit. So I'm a historian. I have my quims and my elms about me because who shouldn't? Either things change or we change them, and they're going to change. So you're not no majority. So hang that up. Just because everybody wants to call themselves white as if it's some kind of privilege. Everybody wants everything about us, and nobody wants to acknowledge the truth because they don't know the truth. Well, you're hearing the truth today, and I don't care how you feel either. Everybody thinks that picture, oh man, he's Apache. The fuck? People don't even know what Apache really means. I know that some of y'all say Apache and you got all these words and this, that, and the other. Shut the fuck up. Let's just stop it. I'm getting tired of hearing this elusive Indian talk about tribe this and that. And no, the first thing about what Apache really stands for. That's like my brother who talks about the Yamasee Nation. He only knows it from the vernacular coming up out of the goddamn 60s. When even that was a nation, the Yama Nation. He knows that many people belong to it. Chickasaw, Giant Killers, part of the Choctaw. Some of those in the Alabama first fighting. The Chickamauga and all of them. Yeah, our goddamn people. It's called Black Land for a fucking reason. I'm so tired of Pelicans running around your little fake ass world. I don't care what you accomplished, what you required, and what you do today. It's funny how our people have lost their creativity, their responsibility, and still being creative, but in a very unfashionable way. Well, to this new age fashion. All the things we created in the storefronts and the stuff so much. It's like when we burnt those chemicals and we started forgetting, it was bad. I think that's where they got the idea for biological war. We made ourselves dumb, so we wouldn't be a problem. We wouldn't have to continue to fight, slumber. And that shit's about wearing off now. Fluoride's not working too well, and all the other shit. And if any other Negro runs and get that goddamn shot, so let's go here. And I said today we might do some surnames, and there's a ton of them. But let's go ahead and hit New Mexico. Okay, this is Jews and Muslims in British colonial America. Elizabeth Caldwell Hirschman and Donald Yates' book, sent to me by our brother Caramel. Excellent book, actually. I had the PDF. I never really read it, and I just read a little excerpts. I was like, oh, there we go. See. The story of the Jews in New Mexico begins with the establishment of the new kingdom of Leon, a large territory embracing most of present-day Tampico, Chihuahua, and Nuevo Leon, Texas, Arizona, California, and New Mexico. King Philip II gave the right to colonize this vast area to a new Christian. That speaks volumes. Don Luis de Cavaja, his 10-year governorship ended when the Mexican Inquisition learned that many of Cavaja's colonizers were crypto-Jews. Mexican Inquisition. Pay the fuck attention. Who were they getting rid of? Among the earliest settlers, first in Tampico, that's why I say a lot of those Spanish women are our fucking people. Regardless of what you think and believe. Even in their ignorant staple. Yeah. Anyway. Don Francisco, Tampico. Then in Mexico City, where Cavaja's sister, Donna Francisca, her husband, Don Francisco Rodriguez de Matos, reportedly a rabbi, and their numerous children, including Cavaja's namesake and successor, young Luis. Okay, that's the successor, young Luis. Most of the Cavaja and the Rodriguez family were, if I'm chopping it up, correct me, were persecuted by the Inquisition. And many were burned at the stake in order de fe. Still, some of the Mexico City converso community managed to move to New Mexico as soon as settlement there was organized in 1598. Reorganized in 1610 and once more after the Pueblo Revolt of 1680. Now, Bernardo Lopez de Mendizábal was governor of New Mexico from 1659 to 1661 before being removed and sent back to Mexico City to answer charges of Judaizing or openly returning to Judaism. One of his soldiers, Francisco Gomez Barbero, was also summoned before the Inquisition. Now, many, if not the vast majority of the families studied an Angelico Chavez compendium of New Mexico genealogies were originally crypto-Jews. Now, let's pull this up right quick. Let me mark this right quick, all right? I don't want to be just reading. I always said that I'll look at some things, and I want to make sure that we tie it in right here, okay? I don't want to mark that book a whole lot. That's why I put that here. Let's pull this up. Yeah. Change the time. All right, so I'm going to pull this up so we have a clear understanding. I know some of you know, but we're going to make sure that everybody knows. Okay? Crypto-Judaism is the secret adherence to Judaism while publicly professing to be another faith. Practitioners are referred to as crypto-Jews. The term is especially applied historically to Spanish Jews who outwardly profess Catholicism, also known as conversos, marranos, or the anusim. So the practices, the group who became identified as crypto Jews were Catholic on the outside and Jewish on the inside. They continued with Jewish traditions such as eating kosher food, obeying the Jewish Sabbath, and lighting of candles, and other traditions. For self-preservation, crypto Jews claimed Catholicism, also referred to as converso or marranos, who were suspected and accused of practicing their faith in secret. Now this is Portugal. The Inquisition triggered a diaspora group that formed in Portugal who are referred to as crypto Jews. They kept their outside image as Christians to survive but practiced Judaism in secret. Now, why do you think that is? When majority of the Spanish people are African Sephardic, that means Ashkenaz, because these were the remnants of the original people, regardless of the term Jew, who knew this based upon Jewry, regardless of what the Ashkenazi created, though they were practicing the one creator. Regardless of how that works, the Inquisition was to get rid of all that. We always say the Inquisition was placed upon us, right? Was it or was it not? And by whom? Who controlled the Vatican once they took over Rome? In Germany, in Portugal, Hindustan, Iran, which was later on. Anybody paying attention to that? Okay. Anyway, in fact, it is said that there are only about 12 original families. Wow. Their coats of arms are still displayed on the steps of the governor's palace in Santa Fe during Spanish Market. All are intermarried in ways that are the despair of genealogists and real estate lawyers. The names are Baca, Chavez, Cruz, Duran, Garcia, Jimenez, Lopez, Lucero, Luna, Martinez, Trujillo, I forgot to pronounce that name, Sanchez, and Vigil. Presumably, the New Mexico DNA project should contain a higher percentage of Jewish ancestry than that of Mexico, since it is believed that more openly Jewish conversos migrated northward from Mexico to distance themselves from the Inquisition. The DNA evidence for such a supposition is equivocal, however. Now, the R1b Atlantic Coast haplogroup proportion remains virtually unchanged at 56%. Now, the East Mediterranean or Semitic percentage, J, rises to 18%, although not significantly different from the distributions found in Mexico. E3b North African declined somewhat. As does also G, effectively counterbalancing the increase in J as far as Semitic Mediterranean ancestry is concerned. One haplogroups decline also in New Mexico. Holy shit. So when I'm saying that, you'd be surprised of how many of these brothers unknowingly are related to us. Probably argued with them and all kind of stuff. Yeah, he's Mexican, he's Spanish. And a lot of, I'm going to say this, and it's going to disturb some people. When you want to talk about trade secrets, with the migratory wars, migratory and forced labor servitude between Easter Island, the majority of them murdered by British and Portugal, or Dutch, and then also like Cuba, the Canary Islands, and all that. That's the slave trade. A lot of our people taken down south, Brazil, Peru, Costa Rica, all our people, man, listen. And a whole lot of this raping going on of a lot of women. Now you go back 200-300 years and you tell me how the outcome is. Seeing how everybody knows everything. Because see, there's a lot of niggas up here who are mixed. Just because they black as midnight and got big ass afro, yeah, you're fucking mixed with other tribes, clans from different countries within this republic. So shut your little, because I'm tired of like listening to y'all talk your big shtick, the dark and light and all this other goofy shit. So that's how you shut a dumbass down. And then they run back to the white, the pale skins. I'm going back to the medicine of truth. What's that? The motherfuckers that had you going to school teach you a bunch of shit you ain't gonna never use. Okay, roger that. I'm gonna listen. Got you. Excuse me. Magnificent. Y'all know how I'm T, man. Yeah. Let's go in there. So we're gonna hit Terra Infinita, and then we got. I want to get to the next part, reading backwards and forward in Atlantis, the us Algonquins finding Europe. So I want to get to the next chapter. So I want to finish that last part of the whole book, and we'll save the last buried chapter for the very last read of everything, and we'll go back up and we'll work our way onto the next parts. So this is Terra Infinita, extraterrestrial worlds and their civilizations, a story told by the woman who was born in the lands behind ice walls. It's raining, right? And it is humid as a mother. I'm just used to the dry air. Y'all gotta excuse me. And it's on 73 with the fan on. Okay. Excuse me. The story told by the woman who was born in the lands behind the ice walls. Most confound them. By Claudio Nocelli. Okay. Chapter 27. The infiltrators doubles. So do the problems. When they least expected it, the custodians had in their most precious colony around 14,000 infiltrated ancestors. Listen, in their most precious colony, around 14,000 infiltrated ancestors. This network was created was part of the Morris Butler Plan, together with giant leaders and several races that also participated and still participate in silence for human liberation. When you think about the giant of Kandahar, they went to hunt him down because they got somebody and they found out where he was. And he came out hoping the change was about to take place, and they killed him. He killed a couple of special forces, the bastards who probably over there fighting, and the Russians with the Ukrainians, and they're everywhere creating problems. Anywho, that was based on a real story, I believe. Just like the giant with the Spanish kid saw in a certain state, and all of a sudden he just disappeared. Now everybody's saying that he popped back up all of a sudden. Yeah, just like Jamie Foxx, right? Okay, anywho, right? I don't get into all that stuff, but I'm aware there's more things going on in this world. Sometimes I tell people you just need to leave it alone. Don't even talk about it. Because you're flagged. I don't give a fuck about being flagged. I'm talking about you flagged. you don't want to be there. Anywho, and the video footage and everything. And some people say, well, isn't that CGI? Well, you can go to Japan and see bulls jumping out the damn screen at you. I mean, you can go, come on now. But there's other stories that go uncontested and are just put to bed all around the world. Okay? Things are happening and people getting restless and people are hunting things and things shouldn't be happening. There are. So anyway, let's go ahead and carry on here. Together with giant leaders and several races that also participated and still participate in silence for human liberation. We knew the danger of infiltrating these lands, as the custodians could never know that this amount was infiltrated, helping and informing many humans about the other worlds. The spiritual potential in the true human history, this could cause an immediate reset. Everything was delicate and we could not be noticed in a treacherous way. At the beginning, it was not a big problem to overcome the barriers. Military bases, custodial technology, in parentheses with radars that even cause earthquakes. And you see the earthquake that's happened over there in Turkey? Come on, people. A myriad of obstacles that we knew how to overcome. But not everything was happiness. And we knew that sooner or later it could happen. An alarm went off, and in parentheses, earthquake. And near what you know as Antarctic Peninsula, or we know as false Antarctica. A group of people traveling from the Ancestral Republic encountered a military base patrolling the area in an icebreaker. Our people sank the ship when they tried to escape. Many ships have been sunk, not returned from down there. Y'all know this, right? Anyway, they tried to escape, and this irremediably echoed in the Great Spears. They began to chase everyone in every corner you can imagine. The Great Spears, the round things you'll see now popping up, flying all over the place. With great lies and excuses, they went into homes in many countries where they feared we were hiding for 10 years or more. They searched for every clue and began to use technology to control the movements of the new humanity. Although they already had this type of technology, they completely reinforced it after the Peninsula incident. All this complicated the plan, and it was a complete setback since we had people infiltrated in the high spheres. Politics, lodges, organizations, companies, universities, etc. This was a bit of an ice water bucket since we had been counteracting with our technology any custodial detection, and a great advance was being made to be able to finally carry out in a timely manner the transfer of many of the people who were beginning to awaken. Many of the 14,000 had to return. The fear was already a reality, and some ancestors died in the worst possible way as they were sentenced as traitors. I will not detail the many tortures they suffered, and Captain Butler returned to our lands in solitude. I will never forget that day. My eyes filled with tears because it was the day I knew I would never embrace my father again. Mr. Morris, Admiral over there. And then next we'll get into the death of William Morris. Last time I didn't read that. The last couple of times, few times that I read this book, I just held off from reading it. Okay? So that was a good read. I hope y'all appreciate that. Don't take it to heart, don't go crazy. There's a lot more. And you see the lynchings that are happening today. It's almost part of the blood. It's a very sickening thing. But until all people come together and remedy, not just having phones out, but remedy the situation, make things happen as they should compared to how they control the narrative, it will continue to happen, sadly. Okay? Now, what was that? $6. Hey, $6. What's going on, tribe? What's going on, beloved? Lord, what's going on, beloved? Got you in here, baby. What was that, Snoop? Let me go back and see. Let me go back and read. Anybody else? Kiara, hi. Hola. Mahola. How are you? Clear gave me nice hermoso. Gracias. ¿Quién habla español? Sí. More than poquito. Not grande, but I understand more than I speak. Oh, ¿cómo está? I wish Kiyomiyo. Oh, is Kiyomiyo in here? I love it. It's much respect. And I guess she's going to help me with that. It's reversed. Yes, it is. Hi, girl. What's going on? King and Prize. Hey, what's going on, beloved? What's happening? How you doing? Okay. Well, wow, y'all really kicked it up in here. I'm trying to read this stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, I already got you, Lord. What's going on, beloved? I got you. Solid, brother. Got one, but no place. Okay. I was reading it earlier, right? Merrill's okay. Cool. Starting from the bottom. Yeah. History is crazy. And the sad part is nobody really wants to know the truth of it. Thing about history, even when you're telling the truth, there's a whole lot of particulars that most people have a hard time with. When I was asking them last week to look into this wall that was 200 feet high and see where they could find it at, and it's in the country, and it was everywhere actually, but the ones here they destroyed 200 feet high. They used to be utilized to actually, the gypsies used to rob people, the desert devils, and they used to throw people from the top of it. They would coax them, a woman or a few women, to the top. Nobody really wanted to go up there. They were old. These things were Tartarian, seeing things, and they would push them over, and the people would run down to the dead body and take everything from them. And they would, at the bottom of these great 200 high foot walls that were columns, like a bridge, like roads. We call the Mountain of Bones, where the people died. So yeah, pretty crazy. Citizen of Spain was a Negro. Yes. The removal era, 1820-1850. The policy goals of the era focused on removing Native Americans from Indian country and moving them west beyond the Mississippi River. Very correct. The actual Indians, yes. Congress, whoever, not the people who acted in the vaudeville shows and in the human zoos. The Negro was not allowed to be in that because all the warring, and they were still doing their damnedest to get rid of us. They were doing their hardest. They even had Africans in there. I'm not making this stuff up, y'all. You don't have to believe me. These Ashkenazis are pieces of excrement. They're pieces of shit. They've messed up everybody's family and everybody's world. Now they got these fake fucks in these high positions. So they're not high positions. I'm only alluding to what you know about. The ones who want to make sure you all fucking go and walk around looking like pieces of lard and shit. But anywho, right? They're the ones that created all the problems. Okay? Until you come to that reality, you can stay separated and divided. I just need my people. That's all I need. Yeah, muy bien, exactly. Thank you, brother. Yes. Yes, very much true. Kapaha Indians. Awesome, baby girl. I'm going to go back and check that out. During the Spanish Inquisition beginning in 1478, the Jews of those countries were forced to convert to Catholicism, while many of the Sephardic Jews fled the countries others now identified as. Now, the Sephardics are different from the crypto Jews. Yeah. Were baptized Catholic and followed. Actually, that was just a hidden identity. It's like our people who went to church. Remember I told you about my great grandmother? She just did that to hide. She ain't believing half of that shit. Crypto first, but see, what it did to us made us hear that shit while a lot of us weren't being told the truth. And so we acclimated to that. That's why you have all these dumb Negroes talking about Jesus is the way and all this other stuff. And I'm like, God damn, they got you looking at you outside yourself. No wonder you're so messed up. The Christ factor. And it tells you throughout the Torah, the Bible, and all that stuff. When I told people the original Bible, what it actually, it was written in Algonquin, not because it had to be, because King James, when it was given to him, it was written down in Algonquin. And when he went back and they murdered him in Edinburgh, Scotland, dead and loaded, the song, in his bed, which I've been to, saw his bed and chamber and all that. It came back how many years after he died? Because he came here for about 5 to 6 years in the 1500s, right? Who could do that but a Negro? Anywho, they returned with this goddamn thing based upon some other writings that were our world travels, whether it was in Ethiopia and all these other places, because that was all of our old teachings. That was about a lifestyle, not a goddamn religion. But you see how things change with war, deception, deviations. All these new age, new made things, which it echoes Cabbage Patch Baby, born out of the cabbage. By whom? For whom? Anyway, that's a whole nother dynamic. Converted Jews who continue to practice Judaism in secret. Crypto Jews was used to describe Jews or people descended from converted Jews who continue to practice Judaism. Not always the truth, baby. Sephardic is what that is. Crypto means that it could be Hebraic, but the lifestyle, because you got to remember the religion is a new creation. So created by the Ashkenaz. In order to change the dynamic, when you have babies by these women you're raping and everything else, besides the ones you kill, because obviously you can't have no babies with them, you raise them to be soldiers in your armies, and you teach them your bullshit. So, yay and nay. You get where I'm coming from. That's why we read the whole book, Arthur Kessler's 13 Tribe, and all the other information that alludes to this. We're going through some stuff now talking about Sephardics and their true identity of being so-called Nubian African and European and all this other shit that's divisive. The thing is to ground everybody and get them back to the source of their true self, regardless of them being a remnant of who they once were and unable to see the true what they should be. You get where I'm going? Archive.org details. Jews and thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out too. During the 50 years before the Civil War, about 1 million enslaved people moved from the Upper South, Virginia, Maryland, Kentucky, to the Deep South, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Atlanta. That's their history, baby. That's some made up shit. They were made to go deported, you could say, having been sold. That's the children. You know, we look at how the babies they brought over here. Remember, I was reading that one story I was reading about when we were looking at researching things as Tartary. How the babies of those who died from war or execution, how they took the babies and they nurtured them, they reared them with a big mama, lactating, because genetically a lot of women can lactate after their first birth, and they just keep doing it for the rest of their life. But they take those babies and they sent them out west as well, and they raised them up as troops and soldiers, autochthonous people. Gave them a whole new identity and a history. This is where we're dealing with that we've got to impeach from ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We have to impeach that. We have to, because it keeps a lie going. You dig what I'm saying? Those precious colonies. But yes, they did, up and down, up and down. They did, and they would trick people. And we're going to work. We're going to fight these. They tell them about something they don't remember because of all the wars. And they go, okay, and they get down there. You get your ass out in that field and work. And they got muskets and guns and everything. And they're like, and they kill a few of them to prove a point, and all the niggas get to working. You know, chicken George and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You see the 21 androids at the spring event? Yeah, I don't believe in that shit. That was people in costumes. That's just pushing more of the agenda. I don't pay no mind to it. Six boss, I got you, beloved. Look like the ancient androids from India. I know. Details, World's Bay. Okay. Hey, David, what's going on, man? Celtics of Ireland war. The ancient Celtics of Ireland, they weren't Celtics. They were Twa. They were Negroes. And not all of them were pygmies. Just like the Mississippi, Louisiana. Not all of them original people look like Australians and people of even of the Netherlands. The Inuit, the original ones, the true ones. You know, I gotta go over here and see what I got over here. And that's the whitewashed one. Almy. Check it out. Even his family got his old grandma look like damn midnight, slapped her in the face and the hands. I'm just saying. So him, you know what I'm saying? His wife, you know, everything. So anyway, a lot of things that we find as far as information, it's always good to research that information as best we can with the information that's out here. I always lean on the fact that I've traveled and I got to look at things and I would ask myself thousands of questions. And sometimes I would look for things and I couldn't find somebody, and looking for something I couldn't find, I would run across all this stuff. And I would keep it and take it to heart. And that's why I speak as I do with authority. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to do that. You know what I mean? They were dark with painted faces and tattoos. No, not at all. Our people didn't do that shit. Our people did not do that goofy shit. They didn't go tattooing their faces up and all that dumb shit. That was a different period, different folk seeking magic to change things, and that's not a term that was used in magic. I always say magic, but they did that writing upon themselves to call upon the things, the energy, the spirits to empower them, to stave off bullets, and that's all that was from. That was that European pale skin shit, the new age people, the new children, to mark them, to be able to tell them from war. No, we didn't do that shit. We used natural, like berries and stuff like that during times of war to call upon the ancestors' strength, as we knew that we were a lot of things were different. We didn't have all the strength that we had. Those are whole other topics. I'm not going to go into right now. I'll discuss them many times over. Colonel Brian, the sergeant, with the fight. I'm from. Le Trois. That's where the leprechaun is. It's just like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, based on the Christ figure of South America, who actually died, was put to death because he could do some amazing things. He had a hunchback, long gray hair, looking like an Afro samurai. He was short, ugly as fuck, walked with a cane, and he was miraculous. And they knew, hey, we got to get, this is going way back. And that was what they named after, like Simeon Motoko, named after the Christ. Things that everybody's really actually capable of. My people in New Zealand tattoo their faces most of the time for traditional. Yes, that's going way back. There are certain places, even in Cuba, the autochthonous people of that land at one time did that. Easter Island as well. There were tribes here that did it, but it was unnecessary. You see, this is what I'm talking about. People don't know about Tartary. Don't know the fact that Egypt was a period of time that goes back hundreds of thousand years. That is nothing back, 3,000-4,000 years. That's all BS. Tartary, you can go back thousands of years. All right, that was the last fall. That was the next reset. And when that fell, this is the shit we're dealing with right now. You dig what I'm saying? Pay attention. Because most people don't even know about those real histories. Rome was a period based on the truth of Rome, not this narrative painted. It was a part of Tartary. So that's been angelicized and bullshitted and interpreted and misinterpreted to create a whole diaspora that never happened the way they laid it, to paint white superiority and a false neglect of truth of history. That we had a coliseum over here that was not used for animals and gladiators fighting and bullshit. It was a machine. It was a place for wounded and all kind of stuff. It was bigger here than the one that's over there. It's all over. The history's everywhere. This is why they want to reset, because people are waking up. Now, a lot of people aren't. They're going to be stubborn and hold on to the lies. When the rest of the people are waking up, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? I have pictures of the Maori people who didn't have tattoos. It was war. That's why they did that shit. Headhunting motherfuckers, shrinking their heads, tattoo their faces and say this is a message, it's a spell. They were digging in the bags of ancient tricks of when we fell. Atlantis fell because we started becoming cult-like and started doing that goofy shit. So now, because of these lost motherfuckers, how many people over there, all of a sudden, all the Japanese and Chinese that went there, everybody's all mixed up because nobody knows the truth of history, all right? Instead of seeing the original people, like the original pictures I have of the Maori, going back, like everybody's saying the camera was invented by a Frenchman in late 1700s. It's older than that. The camera's been around much longer. I've got pictures showing you that. And people have a hard time because they still accept the world they are in. You can never move forward if you still hold on to the lies. Well, for healing. For healing a lot of things. There was a number of things. Just like the organ that they took over to the Vatican that had over 6 million tunes. They destroyed and look at all the bells they took down. Because they needed other things to be able to move among us. With those bells, they can't move among us. People got weak, started forgetting how to fight and shit. It's crazy. Just so we couldn't tell secrets. Yeah, that's right. Let's see, put that up. So anyway, appreciate y'all. We're going to come back in a little bit. We're going to get back into the reading the Algonquins find in Europe. And I'm going to read a little bit from the Science of the Secret Secretion. Because I think some people actually get something from that. I get a lot from it, you know what I'm saying? God, man-made flesh, excellent readings. Especially for those who meditate and ground and all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yo, original lone wolf, I got you tomorrow, brother. So what's happening, beloved? You dig what I'm saying? Yes, with berries and all that kind of stuff. Chalk with ash and with coal and dyes and stuff made from things from the sea. Even krill, the shrimps, even the shell of that with certain lavender plants and stuff like that. The things that our ancestors were making was phenomenal and sustainable. They didn't have to kill nothing to do it. And when I was reading about the fact that, remember I was reading last week, we ate fruits and vegetables. We didn't eat fucking meat. And it's funny how you have a chicken made from a buzzard and what bird? And a pig that is not the way it was, like a wild boar, which they were bigger. and cows, which didn't exist, which is a hybrid, was not even indigenous to this fucking land, and yet all our people eat it as if it's the gospel because of McDonald's and Burger Kill and McDuff's and Burger Kill, you know. Like, wake up out of the coma and stop eating that garbage. Your body's supposed to have minerals in it, and then the body takes the minerals and it creates aminos and it creates proteins and this, that, and other based on the sun synthesis. And clear water with minerals in it. But here they have you eating all this poison, and you wonder what's wrong with you, why you're funky, why your PSH and this, that, and the other. And then using, remember when Tupperware came out? That was the first deadly, and they did that on purpose. There was nothing wrong with the iron and the pewter and the goddamn Pyrex glass that we had. That was everybody alive, right? Making babies and booming, right? What is all this shit for what? They started making up these lines, the crops and the aphids and everything's dying and the crickets and all that nonsense. And what they do, Monsanto and all this other stuff, Orchid and all this stuff, and people still buying Orchid and spraying around their houses with their dumb asses. Oh, look at ants coming in the home. I would hate to see when all the homes are gone and some of you survive and you got to live out there with the roaches and every goddamn thing else. And roaches aren't even indigenous to this land. The bastards brought them. We got in Florida and Louisiana, we got them big ass things with the claws. You know, the big ass called water bugs, the real ones that like the fucking, you can't even walk nowhere, like the crabs in Puerto Rico. Come on, man. Know your history. Know your land. Know your people. Know your truth. You know? Scarification on the face is new age. Yes, it is. It definitely is. Tattoos are too. I have them, and it's not our way. Not at all. We had a little saying. I remember my great-grandma used to say, a perfect body is a clean body. They was smelling that shit, getting sick, smelling all that burgers and shit they was grilling, uncles and all them Vietnam motherfuckers. They was like, y'all gonna eat this shit? Just make us up some hot water cornbread and some grits with collard greens and spinach. That's what the fuck they ate. Now see, I think he liked fish, but Uncle Teddy, when he got old, I think they said he would start eating any and everything. But there's a lot of people that lived over 115, 14 that ate that shit. Based because of war, survivability. The water is all poison. You got to remember when they built all them warehouses for war. World War I, World War II, they converted buildings that were for living in democracy. Not democracy, the republic, excuse me. Because democracy is some bullshit. Anyway, that's part of fascism. And World War II, they built things and they poured that poison, slag, and everything else off into the rivers to which we washed, bathed, drank, cooked with. They did it on purpose. A war that never had to happen. Hitler didn't die. That motherfucker was down in South America, chilling the fuck out in little Germantown. So everybody knows it. Only people that don't, they love their little fake world they live in. Puta Deus. All of them is loco de cabazo, see? But anyway, they're crazy. You dig what I'm saying? Well, Satan, I don't even use those terms no more. It kind of hides the truth of the bastards running around in the millions as they do. Fuck, in the billions. These motherfuckers are right around everywhere. You ain't got to believe me. But the more you pay attention, the more you wake up. I guess we're getting very close to a reset. I don't think there's nowhere to stop it. Because people want to still believe in the lies. They don't want to transition and ascend. They don't want to practice things that are very important. I think I know what I'm talking about. Religion's good if you put it to work. But if you don't know how to work it, all of this is meditation. Don't it tell you to be faithful, stand still, be faithful, and meditate? How many of y'all know how to actually meditate? When it talks about gazing into the water, see yourself, it says look into the mirror, knock, you still answer, seek, and you should find. Why are you not questioning yourself?
Everybody wants to question everybody else, but nobody wants to stand there and make eye-to-eye contact with themselves. Everybody's afraid to look at the sun because they told them it make you go blind, but everything they give you is causing you to go blind. The food, the water, the TVs, the movie screens with the dark rooms with no light behind it. That's what's causing people to go to blind. Stress, cortisol levels. When cortisol levels go up, do you think it affects just the bodies and the joints? Weighs the eye, isn't it a muscle? A window to the soul? Sloop, 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 right? Just think about it. I'm not saying believe anything I'm saying. Think about it. Do some research. Get you some med books. Look at what they've got. Okay? Y'all saw me pull this out. This is Jim. I'm going to actually eat these from now on in the afternoon. I've got to finish my tea, make one more cachava. I got another dragon fruit, another half of watermelon. I got to eat that. And yeah. So it's like no meat for about 4 or 5 days. The only reason why I'm eating meat because I'm getting big. So I do lift, and I know I don't need it, but I don't have the best mineralized water. I can't wait to eat this. I want to eat it now. I actually got another 22 minutes before I can eat that. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the reading. I hope I just gave enough information. I don't know everything. I know far from it. I like to suggest things, and then you look at it. If you can debunk it, it's not about debunking, but if you can find something better or say, no, Mr. Branch, I think that could be kind of wrong with the source of information and an excellent reference. I always look at everything. If you share something with me, I'm going to look at it. All the stuff that my brothers and sisters share here, I go back. Once it uploads fully, I can go back to the live conversation and I can tap on those, and it takes me right over to them, and I save them to my screen until I realize I'm done with it, and I get rid of it if I don't need it, or I copy it into my notes, the whole thing. So that way I just tap on it and it'll pull it right up in, in Chrome or DuckDuckGo or whatever. So I appreciate all the information. I definitely do. And I appreciate y'all. I hope that was good enough for this. Hey, I'm gonna say it feels like it's the morning to me, but this afternoon, I guess it's kind of like the evening. Yeah, it feels early to me, y'all. But anyways, number 11, I appreciate you guys. All right, and we'll come back in about an hour and a half. We're gonna get into that reading, and I want to get that done. And I think we're about there. Actually, that's what I was looking at. Where we can go to the next part of it, the next chapter of it. What was that? I want to make sure I pulled it up right. Guns dead, guns use you. Okay. It actually was loaded and it went away. Hold on. 19. Come on now. Here goes the AR. There you go. All right. Let's go all the way. Thing on the side. Legacy of Atlantis. We are exactly. Yes, we're almost done. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to stop right here. That part we're going to save for the very end of everything. And then from here, the Legacy of Atlantis, we're going to go to, from this one, okay, about 180, I think it is. 170. All right, correct. Right here. So the Legacy of Atlantis. Now we're going to go up to, let's go down to 160. I don't want to scroll inside because we'll pass it. We're going to start at this one, which is really going to get you guys. It's not long. It's just I got to scroll up. Come on, dude. This is ridiculous. Did I pass it? This is retarded, dude. Hold on. I think I passed it. Samuel Poe. Fuck. Excuse my French. I passed it, y'all. Okay. My apologies. I don't like looking at these screens a lot. Even though I have a cover for this, I don't really like staring at these screens a whole lot, even though y'all see me reading them. All right, so let's go up here nice and slow because I know it ain't that far up because it gets into brackets and breaking things down. Okay. We're going to get into the Americas, the Atlantean Caribbean, the Bahamas, Cuba, the Dominican Republic. What is that based off? Ethiopia. I'm just giving you some, so you have you ready. Hindustan, Korea, we're gonna really. This is the part where it's gonna start getting meaty. And see, now you probably might start Japan and the islands. I know why you might start realizing why I've been reading backwards instead of forward. You know, but still the basilical or something like that. So when we get into the whites invade Madagascar in 1883, okay, and when we think about Queen Rosalina, Queen Rava, a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. King Radama, King, man, there's going to be a whole lot of things in here. I'm gonna have to look up some things. But when I was looking at this, and that's why I said I got to read this backwards, because if I read it forward, if I just read it straight through, y'all be like, nigga, that's boring. Doing it this way, you have a little insight into the past, equivalent to, as we're going back, skipping about 5 different books, reading. It's laying a foundation. It's giving you something solid to actually have something to discuss. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find the top of this. What the frick? I should have just went up there and read the number. I didn't mark it, so that's why I'm scrolling very slowly. Excuse me. And what's the name of this? This is the Algonquin conquest of the Mediterranean region of 11,500 years ago. We know it's much older than that, but we go with what they gave us, right? We read the material, and then the Polynesian Vanuatu, the Polynesian Micronesia, the Polynesian Samoan Islands, the Polynesian Papua New Guinea. So if the Papua New Guineans, hello, and the Australians, which is pretty much hello. See, this is what I'm talking about, like putting your heads together and understanding the world you're living in. Even in French Guyana and French Polynesia, you saw how the people changed when the invasion, right? Why is it so hard to accept the truth and reality of a melanated world? I mean, we can get to the Tonga and everything else, you know, Samoa, niggas. No matter what they think and run around, because they all hybridized and mixed up. And they weren't that damn big. They were the same size as us. But you're going to eat enough of that pork. You see some of our people down south and in Texas and Louisiana and the country, them folks eat the chitlins, the hog mog, and you know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. The jaws, everything. Hog head cheese, niggas is big. But a whole lot of apples, and you can't even walk around and pick red, delicious apples and grapes no more, because these bastards done fucked everything up. I have nothing nice to say to them. When we think about the second Taranaki War and all this we're going to be covering, you know, the Battle of Taranga and all that kind of stuff, this is in the next chapter. Once we get done with this one, we're going to read this afternoon, okay? So I hope you guys are ready to really get into this, because we're going to be, it's going to be a nice little ride. Let me go back to the top. Let me go back to, I want to read something else to y'all. Where's it at? I'm up at the top past Italy, which is part of our read, actually. We're going to get into different lands based on Italy. We're actually going to be reading that when we come back. And we already read some of it when you think about like the Astuli, the Astrogons, and all that kind of stuff that we read yesterday. These things are based on the Iberian Peninsula. You dig what I'm saying? And most people don't want to read. Nobody's reading this. You think they're going to bring this to a school and let people read it? When you think about talking about Western Europe, no, they want you to know the lie. So anyway, here we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to read this out to you. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, I got it now. I had nowhere came close to it. Excuse me. All right. This is going to be pretty interesting. So, this one we're going to start after we get done with the last one. I'm going to read the very last pamphlet. That's going to be for the end of it all. So, let's go up to 172. So, this is what it's going to be about. 172 is other possible Algonquin colonies. Possibility because of not just literature, but things found there. Archaeology, you know what I'm saying? And the genealogy. So, hope you guys are ready. It's going to be pretty good. What was that? Javanese, Indonesia, Orange, Jawa, largest ethnic group in Indonesia, concentrated on the island of Java. Number niggas. They're not Africans either. That's the thing that cracked me up with this. All the people with afros and dark skin got to come from one place. Like, that's what the Ashkenazis want, because they've been conquering the world, and to motherfuckers wake up and realize the truth, that's what they're going to be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Javanese, Nagas. No, they're not. Gotta love Javanese. Yeah. Fields, is this the We Was Kings channel? Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. We Was Kings, and you wasn't shit. Cabbage Patch Baby. What's up, Hybrid? What's going on, African? WC Strawberry Fields. What's going on, African? How are you? Welcome home, African. Oh, well, not welcome to the channel to learn your true identity, you African. You pale-skinned African, you Sephardic fake. Welcome. Yes, we was kings. I don't know what the fuck we was cons. We the true motherfucking heirs. You though, you is a mutt. You is a feeble-minded little prairie dog. Or rabbit who has sex with a rat or something like that. Yeah, that's what you are. No hate intended, just the reality. So thank you for coming on over, monkey. We appreciate you. We truly do. You little monkey. All we do is block y'all off anyway. I got you. Yeah, but I'm talking about the one that had to say something retarded. We was kings. You get your feelings hurt over here, buddy. We'll have you all in your emotional stir. Yes, we will. And break you down, especially some of us who are the real deal. With you little monkeys who don't have no history. Sadly, I could probably tell you your truth. But you would have to sit still and listen, monkey. I would advise you to keep your mouth shut and learn something. Dumbass. I wouldn't care if you were Jewish, fake Jew. I would love that more than anything. Yes, I would. You can't hide from me. I don't hear. Worst place you can come. See, a lot of people got that message on Facebook and all them other places, but there's still some dumbasses running around. I just hope you make it through to the end of the week. TikTok live, friend. Hey, Bumpkin 9186 Gaming. I don't care what you are. Come over here. So everybody I know actually have faces and stuff. So I appreciate everybody coming. Anybody else say anything that was worth something? Okay. Yeah, but I like that 6 bucks. The Maori people. You know, I actually have a book on the Maori, and it's more like this. It's like this book here. I got it about when I was living on the reservation. I bought a bunch of these books at a yard sale. And then somebody said, "Oh, dude, you can just order that on Amazon." That's when I started ordering books on Amazon. Just the hour. And now the one upstairs about the Polynesians and all that, or the Maori and all that, look the same. Actually, the costumes for battle, significant to the hoplites, even of the Roman, so-called Roman, because pretty much a lot of people in preparation, that was the first thing they donned before they put on their armor, and that was world over, because they found armor on all islands. And they want to hide it. The Smithsonian and the other Smithsonian, what's that one in France? They want to hide all that information. You know what I mean? You hear the this is the angry we was. You don't even know what angry is. You just keep holding on to that goofy little nigga. You little black sambo mother. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hurt a lot of pale-skinned people because I have love for y'all. But these little monkeys right here, I love when they come. Let's see how he does as fair as this weekend, like I said. Oh, that's not a threat. That's a guarantee. I like the non-believers, too. They're my best. They're in a world they can't even believe in what they see. Oh, we let the little monkey say his little stuff. Let the monkey say his little piece. Yeah, I unhid the little monkey. Hey, monkey, come back. I'm thinking about opening a zoo. I would love to have you there, little monkey. Was you Hindu? I don't care what you are. I'm just glad you're there. Okay, I got it. Little monkey. Great Wolf, man, ain't seen you in a while, brother. What's going on? Yeah, I'm thinking about setting up a podcast, man. Probably do it tomorrow because got a little program 3 o'clock with our brother original Lone Wolf. Then after that, I'll probably set it up to get it in a little early so we can talk about some of the topics and the things that are going on. We're not attempting to be political, you know, but we're gonna discuss some things. You know what I'm saying? So I like when the little monkeys come in. Well, I love them. Oh man, please, some more monkeys, please come in. They really think they're hidden. I love this world we in. Great, well, it was good to see you, man. How's the old lady doing? Haven't seen y'all in a minute, bro. Shoo. Do you agree or even follow with Dr. CB food charts? Actually, I have a lot of his material, and it's actually excellent. There was a thing even I had mentioned in my mistake, and I don't know what I was thinking about. Where they say you can over alkalinize your gut. Yeah, you can. It's like drinking too much water. You can water toxification, especially if the water is no good anyway. You want to eat enough to sustain your activity. So if you're like a marathon runner, if you eat the fruits and vegetables that help you with carbs. But I always tell people, don't mix fruit and vegetables. Your morning meal should be fruits. Your evening and afternoon should be vegetables. You should be eating no more than really 2 meals a day. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people have a hard time because they don't really know. Because you got to remember the food pyramid wasn't the way it was meant to be created, and then the person that created it was never meant for us in the first place. Dynamically and dynastically, we're not supposed to be eating a lot of this crap. You know, it's funny how we had over 42 million acres up until 1940 something, and all of a sudden it went to half of that in 1960s. Now the government's running around and bastard ass pieces of mental inaptitude who are set billionaires, not because they created or did anything, because that's what the fake WHO, all them bastards need. These individuals running around buying up land with dollars that are worthless. They don't own shit. First of all, the original people are still here. And as a nation of people, we don't recognize this government. They haven't sat down and parlayed with the truth. Everything based on Washington, that 10 miles, that's the only thing they have. Purchased is based upon gold. They don't control shit out here. All these niggas working these jobs out here in the forestry and all this other stuff, they are no fucking body. And until our people come together and realize that and learn how to listen instead of shaking their asses and walking around with yoga pants on, not doing yoga, probably can't even bend over without farting and getting lightheaded and fainting and shit. But I'm just saying, the fact. Nobody wants to hear that. They want to hear goofies. I'm going to hit the account and be cursed for the rest of your life. Babe daughters and mammies having goddamn... I'm not going to say nothing. You just find out the hard fucking way. They'll tell you, too. I would love to see them go and talk to some of these people who put them up to the task because they want to see what happens to you. That's right. I had somebody to try to get tough with me while I was protected. Mama was a bastard. And he jumped the gun. And he's no longer here. I didn't kill him. It's just that there's some things you shouldn't fuck with. When they say something goes bump in the night, you think on here is safety? Shit. I don't advocate violence. I know what the fuck I can do. So come on here and be stupid. Please do. Please. There's no emotions, no feelings. I'm being dead ass. They're revealing shit, so we reveal shit. Come on back. Yeah. Little goofy ass. You want to be called trolls? Gnomes? You want to be minions? We don't give a fuck what you want to call yourselves. So, anyway, again, I appreciate everybody coming in as a salutatory. Hawa. Light, no jannah, no darkness. All right? 2 and 1. I'll see y'all later.